Good evening, everyone.
Hey, Mr. Langford.
Is everybody ready to go to New York City?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you get a few days off in between. It's really exciting. You get to go rest. Or actually, I'm going to go sleep tomorrow, I think. So I got all my grades done. Anyway, we've got a few things to cover here to go over tonight and make sure that you guys are ready and good to go. There will be a few more things that are coming tomorrow. Our travel agent had a nice little conference call with her today. She's got a few more details popping over to us tomorrow. But aside from that, we're also videotaping this, or I'm sorry, it's a little outdated, whatever that is, recording it, and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. We'll send the link out, and then also we'll send out the slides as well so that you can follow up on it in case you forgot something, but don't feel like, oh, what was that one question? We're gonna put it out there for you, okay? But what we'd like to do is kind of get started, just show you the itinerary. We do have the official itinerary. I'm gonna print some out here in just a moment when they get going, and I'll be able to put them in your hand tonight in case you don't have one. But so far, these are just the highlights. It's not every detail in the itinerary. But on Monday, aside from meeting here at dark 30 and getting on a bus, we're going to go to the Rockefeller Center, which is in downtown. We're going to go to Central Park for a while, go around and play a little bit, and then also in that evening get to go do Empire State, which will be fantastic. You can see it at night. Tuesday, Statue of Liberty, taking a boat tour out there. Statue of Liberty, 9/11 Memorial, which is down in the financial district down south, and then also exploring Chinatown in Little Italy. And I believe I heard some great restaurants, if I'm not mistaken, Little Italy. I don't remember, maybe you had said something about that, so I'm excited about that tonight. Wednesday, walking tour of the Brooklyn Bridge, lots of fun. A tour of Madison Square Garden, and for the non-sports enthusiasts in the room, probably one of the coolest venues that I've ever seen on TV. I've never actually been there, but it's one of those things that you've heard of since you're a little kid, where the New York Knicks, the New York Rangers play hockey. I'm trying to think of other things. That's just what comes to mind. I'm sure there's lots of other great shows, but we get to do a full tour of the facility. And also do Times Square on that day, and then that night is when we're going to go see the Broadway show. We're going to be seeing Wicked, and if you're not familiar with that, go do your homework beforehand. You're going to love it. Check out The Wizard of Oz. It's the best, or the first story. Thursday, some of our folks, Thursday morning will be the only time where we're kind of split for a little bit. Some folks will be doing a Broadway workshop, and then there'll be another larger group. Well, I guess it's really more of a choice, and we'll be finding that out in a bit. Mrs. Norville will talk about that. But we will also take a group on a subway ride from Central Park. We will have been there playing a little bit, some more. But we're going to go down to Grand Central Station via the subway and go explore down there. If you've never been to that, it's kind of like a whole mall underground. It's really cool, and you get to go in there and see that scene that you've seen in probably 10 or 15 movies. And check that out, but take a subway in, and then we'll take the subway back up. That afternoon, we get to go on the west side of Central Park and go to the Museum of Natural History, Night at the Museum, that movie. And then we hop on a bus and get back over to John F. Kennedy Airport and bring ourselves home that night. And actually, you get back here on Friday morning around 12:30 a.m. We should be back here, I would estimate, in the 1 to 15 to 1:30 range on Friday morning. I'll expect to see you all at school the next morning, too. Right now, as of today, the current weather projection looks as follows. Monday, we anticipate going into high 50s. In the evening, on top of Empire State, will be rather chilly that night. Partly cloudy day. Tuesday, roughly the same temperatures, but a sunny day. Wednesday, partly cloudy, and then Thursday, it's calling for PM showers, which hopefully we're on a bus and towards the airport by the time that happens. All right.
Question.
Question.
You said a small group would be doing the Broadway scene.
She's going to talk about that in a minute, because it'll be an option that you'll be able to talk about if you want to do that, or if you'd rather do the Grand Central thing. So she'll kind of get into that in just a minute, tell you about the whatever it is, session, clinic,
Yep.
whatever it is.
Do you want to talk about now?
May as well. Here.
So they set up for us a little clinic where we can go and meet with some Broadway actors, and they're going to put on a little clinic on stage combat, because we thought that would be kind of fun to do. So they'll be there, and so we're going to take, most of our middle schoolers are going to go with us for that, and then the high schoolers, if you want to join us, you are more than welcome. It'll be with live Broadway professionals that'll take us in and just have a little fun experiencing the stage a little bit. And then if they want to continue on with the Grand Central Station, then that's cool. We can do that as well.
So it's going to be something that you can pick. It's an option. We just need to know which one you want to go to.
Both of them then will include lunch at some outside venue. However, you're either going to go to the station via subway, or go do that particular session with the Broadway scene. So, and the cool thing for that, I think, with the Broadway side is that we will have seen the show the night before. So
Yeah.
it might be kind of cool. You'll have some questions, for those folks. That'd be pretty neat. All right, going through the weather. The trip attire, just a couple things. One of the things that you're going to get tomorrow, our travel agent, Mary, she is sending us an official, like a packing list for New York this time of year. Because if you've never been there or been up north this time of year, it's probably just good to kind of double check that, see what is smart. This is probably not it. So, but it's also the little knick-knack things that you need to take with you as well. However, what we'd like to do, I know for the high school folks, we've got stuff here, the middle school folks, you're going to be getting it soon. But like the first day when we take off, we'd like to make sure that everybody's in the hoodie when we're going to the airport. Makes us easily identifiable, but also gives us the little uniform look. And then the next day, the long sleeve blue shirts, which again wear the hoodie. And then Wednesday, the hoodie as well. Again, if they're going to be highs in the high 50s, for those days. So I think it'll certainly be warranted. And then the only day, actually Wednesday is the day where we're going to the show, and we'll. One thing that we would like is to make sure that from a dress standpoint, we want you to be comfortable. You're going to be doing tons of walking every day. I do not suggest the little pretty shoes or whatever. So you need to wear something that's not going to cause blisters on the feet, because there will be lots of walking.
Can I jump
Go
in?
ahead.
Just, for our choir girls out there, we want to make sure that you're in comfortable shoes. So making sure you're in tennis shoes, something like that. This is not the time for heels or ballet flats. Those will not be comfortable. But please do wear it to the show. Like if you're going to wear jeans, wear them without holes in them so we don't go in like raggedy. And no like sweatpants or like, joggers or anything when you're going into the show. So just a nice pair of jeans. We'll have on the hoodie and that kind of stuff so we'll all look together. But make sure you're in comfortable shoes.
That's Wednesday. That's the one day where we want to make sure we look nice as we can. However, that's the last thing of the day. There's going to be a lot of walking throughout. That's the Brooklyn Bridge Tour. I forgot what else is on there. So there'll be lots of walking. So you don't want to wear a dress all day or gentlemen dress shoes or whatever. So keep that in mind. And then Thursday, again, more walking, but it's also a plane ride day. So you want to plan. When we leave the hotel that morning, we're not going back to a place to change. Whatever clothes you have on is what you'll wear as you come back. All right. All right, luggage. Who did this slide?
I just did this. So we're allowed to have one checked piece. It cannot exceed 50 pounds. So if your child's bag is heavier than 50 pounds, then you're going to need to pay an overage fee, as you know. And so that is not included. An overage fee is not included. So we only have paid for one checked piece and then one small personal item to take on the plane. So please make sure this small personal item actually meets JetBlue's conditions. I don't want your child to be a wreck in the airport worried about because they brought their small personal luggage this big as a secondary piece. Another thing I think too is it's always smart if they're bringing a coat, just even if they have their hoodie on, put the coat on as you walk on the plane. You can shove it in that overhead compartment. So don't pack a coat. Don't waste your space on that, okay? But just definitely make sure that the luggage is there. We're going to have, when you arrive, we're going to have luggage tags and everything. Everything will need to be tagged in the right tag because we have so many people going in and out. So one personal item, one checked piece, not heavier than 50 pounds. If you get confused about it all, just check JetBlue's website. That's who we're flying.
And it's always a good idea just to leave some space in your luggage, so don't go right to the 50-pound mark because you're going to want to get souvenirs and things like that. And then on the way home, you're like, but it was 50 pounds up here. So just make sure that you leave a little bit of wiggle room for yourself. I am
Or
guilty
take
of
disposable underwear or something.
That's a good idea.
Take all your old underwear and just throw them away as you go.
I like that.
Okay, for those of you who haven't done this before, one of the easiest ways is to get on the scale, weigh yourself, then get back on the scale, hold the bag, and then do the subtraction, and you'll get how heavy your bag is. We haven't found it to be very successful just trying to put the bag on the scale. So just hold the bag and you'll find out how heavy it is. For the personal item or for the bag itself, I encourage you guys that Thursday, just as you're thinking ahead, on that Thursday, you're going to see your bag as it goes under the motor coach, and then you're not going to see it again until we get to the airport. There might be things that you purchase throughout the day on Thursday that might not go through security very well, but you will have 2 or 3 minutes as we grab our bags off of the coach, getting ready to go into the airport, where you can take and stuff in things into your checked bag at that point.
And please make sure your child, especially middle school, you can carry your own bag. There's no valet, there's no any of that. So please make sure, my middle school folks, that you can lift and carry a bag for a while and walk around the house for a while and be sure that you can do that. Because I'm not gonna be toting anyone else's bag. If you can't carry it, you can't take it.
Does that answer your question, Gabe?
No, I wasn't actually a question. I had like a.
He's been
I had a
lifting
warning.
weights in preparation.
No, I actually had a warning about the
Sure.
snow globes don't go through, so don't buy snow globes. Like they don't let you put that
Snow
on the
globe. Globe.
Not
Globe.
Snow
Not
globe.
gloves.
Snow
Globe.
globes.
Even in your checked
In your
bag?
luggage?
No, they
And-
make you pay, and then they break it usually.
There you go. Note to self, and it is a great little thing to
In
get.
your
It's
check
just-
bag, you can
Just get it on Amazon.
wrap them up.
All right. On Sunday night, not this coming Sunday night, but next Sunday night, we'll meet back here between the hours of 6 and 7 to receive the luggage. At that time, we'll have luggage tags for every person, and we'll have bag searches for everybody, so we'll make sure we're taking all the right stuff. We're not looking for any particular other things that shouldn't go on the trip. You're all aware of it, but it's just a safety net for all of us. However, from that point, we will take all the bags and we will secure them in one of our rooms here. They'll only be there for about 4 hours, it seems like, maybe a little longer. However, they'll get tagged that night. Also on that night, I'll let you expound upon this. This is like a string bag and some other stuff that's coming.
Yes, you're getting, Gerber Tours is sending us a little string bag. You can use it if you want to, or put your dirty laundry in it, or whatever you want to. We'll be getting that. We're gonna get luggage tags, and then what else did they say?
Lanyards.
Lanyards. The lanyards, every kid will have a lanyard with their name on it, and on the back of the lanyard is gonna be emergency phone numbers, so just people to contact in order of that, so that they're always wearing that around there. If they're anywhere caught, they have something to look at and go, oh, these are the people I call, or anything like that. We're kind of tagging your kids, microchipping them.
I encourage you guys with your carry-on items to make sure that if you don't take any liquids in there. I know there are certain guidelines for taking small bottles, and if you're up to speed on that, congratulations. But if not, they're just gonna make you throw it out, so just save you the hassle. I can also tell you when we get here on Sunday or Monday morning, you're gonna get some kind of little breakfast bag to take with you, which is perfectly fine to take in the carry-on bag, but you're not gonna get anything to drink from us because until you get through security, you're not gonna be able to have it. So if you wanted to, most of you are probably gonna be half awake anyway. You're able to take that bag, put it in your carry-on. Once you get on the plane, they'll offer you drinks and beverages service on there. Or if you, once we get in the airport itself and out to the terminal, you're free to go to any of the little duty-free stores in there and get a drink or something like that. But taking it through security, that's gonna be a problem for you. So, but we will provide that for you, when you get there. But the last part, if you're taking a laptop or tablet, you know, if you've never done the airport security thing, and be prepared. I don't know with all of our teenage age students, I know with our two boys, they don't necessarily make the kids go through everything, but for the adults, you gotta take belts off,
Your
shoes,
shoes.
everything has to go through. You gotta do it all, put it in there, so it makes it a lot easier if you go into it a lot more prepared. But laptops, they're gonna make you take it out. It's gonna have to be in a separate bin, tablets, things like that. It can be a hassle. So if you've got everything tied in Dick's hat band and it's ready to go, it's gonna have to come undone, put it out there, and then put it all back together. So it can be an ordeal. There's probably great videos out there. We'll see if we can find one on getting ready to go through airport security. Okay? Again, we've already talked about it, the carry-on bag is your personal item, and I think it was great advice. If you're taking a bigger jacket, save the storage space in your luggage. Just wear the jacket on the plane, take it off once you get on, but that way it goes on with
You
you.
have a question?
Do carry-on bags need to be sent here to be checked?
Carry-on bags? No, that's gonna be you, because that'll be checked when you go through security the next morning. But it's just the luggage that's gonna be checked for the airplane to go underneath.
So it
Just
doesn't,
like
so when we bring our bags, it doesn't need to stay here for the 4 hours, a carry-on bag?
the carry-on bag, no, you can leave that at home. We'll bring that, they
Are
bring
we
that in the
gonna
morning.
be searching that though before we get on the thing for any inappropriate materials?
No, because
That would go through security just fine, but not meet Orange County
but I don't think that's
standards?
gonna go through security. Unless we wanna go that way.
Yeah, Kim and I will be checking bags.
There you
So
go.
the actual luggage that we're bringing here that night, is it staying here?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna store it here and secure it for you, so that way we can just have a team of people the next morning and just start walking
We gotta
bags out.
ensure that nobody's gonna have any grand ideas and decide that it's good to take things they shouldn't take.
Yeah.
And it's not, and it's not any usually dangerous things, it's just dumb things. Oh, isn't it gonna be fun? No.
No, not at all. Not for you. All right. So again, 6 to 7 p.m. 6 to 7 p.m. This is luggage drop that night. This is not a meeting. There's going to be no chairs out. There'll just be tables set up. You just come in. There'll be a boys' side, a girls' side, and we'll be bagging and tagging at that point, just getting it taken care of. Okay. Monday drop off. We'll open up the doors at 2:45 a.m. The bus is going to roll at 3:15. 3:15. Everybody just let that sink in for a minute. And again, we're gonna send all this out to you so you can have it, video link, okay?
And we should add that if you're a chaperone, you're not going to be able to keep a car here. You're going to need to be dropped off, so you're going to have to wake up somebody or take an Uber here because they don't have enough parking for chaperones. So, what's up, Gabe?
I was actually going to ask a question about that. I have a student spot here. Can I, do you think I'd be able to just leave my car here?
Yes, you have a spot, yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I was actually thinking.
But there is a
At your own
but to
risk.
that. I did talk to Mr. Hines. If you are gonna stay in your spot, I gotta have your car, make, name, and all that to give to him so that they can make sure that security knows why the car is staying. So,
Okay.
if I have any people that drive here at Apopka, I have to know that you're leaving your car in your spot, cause we have marked spots. Who you are, what your car make is, and all that.
When do you need to have that by?
You can just text it to me from mine,
Okay.
like tonight or whenever, and I'll start making a list to get to him.
And will
Our
the gate
kids
be
don't
open?
drive.
I have a gatekeeper. We can get you
Okay.
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know about that.
I have a question. What about the all county kids? What are their schedules?
We're waiting. We got to get the information back when she's got it. They should be back on the ground at 4:30 that afternoon, Thursday. On Thursday. That's the two of them, and Mr. Ellis. We'll be back at 4:30.
Yeah.
Who's yeah, it's Matthew and who?
Gabe and Mr. Ellis. So, and they're going to take care of. We can get them out to the airport in time and all of this stuff. So by the time we're going to Grand Central, that's where we're heading out. So we can come back and play. On Thursday evening / Friday morning, we are slated to touch down at 12:15 a.m. Should be hopefully departing the airport within the half hour, one would hope. And then the time it takes us to get back here, I would assume in the 1:30 range, probably arriving back here. But as we start touching down, somebody through all the various reminds will start saying, we're landed, we're now getting on the bus, we're now departing Orlando International and heading back towards Apopka. Here's our estimated arrival time. And the only thing, if your parents that are here that are going to be picking up that night, the only thing we'd ask you, and for the high school parents with us, you already know, but we have to have room for the buses to come in. So if you want parking spaces out here, that's great. Buses have to have, the ability to get through the loop here, so don't pull into the loop and kind of park there, if you wouldn't mind. All right, medications. What you guys talk on that?
If anyone is gonna be taking medications on the trip, and that includes Advil, prescription, Tylenol, anything, nose sprays, prescription, ointments, I have to have a medical form turned in, preferably tonight. It's a lot of paperwork involved, and the child is not allowed to carry anything with them on the trip. It's against OCPS policy.
That will be one of the things we'll be checking for in the luggage. If the chaperone person, your parent, is going, they can give it to you. But if there's no parent going and your child takes Tylenol every night for something, or even you think about like vitamins and stuff like that, nobody knows what that is, and the next thing you know, someone says so-and-so is taking pills in their room. So we need to administer any medication for your children. So that'll be one of the things we'll be checking the bags for, making sure that no one has even Advil or anything like that. So that needs to be completely out. And I don't mind doing it. You can give it to me just in case my child gets a headache every once in a while. Great, give it to me. That's fine. So that way they're covered. But it has to be the Advil and the Tylenol, all the over-the-counter stuff needs to be a brand new container, not opened. If it's prescription, I need to have the count of how many pills are in there. It's on the form, but the stuff that's over the counter is so much better when it's just closed off. So people write the name on it, put your name on it, all that good stuff. It's a nightmare to keep up with, but it's better that we all do it rather than a whole bunch of chaperone parents having to do it.
Chaperones can
You can hold it for your child, yes.
or just what I always carry. I don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We're
that's not you.
exempt from that.
No, you're an adult.
Yes.
Does that include like topical stuff, like your acne stuff, or?
If it's prescription, if it's like Clearasil, no. But if it's a prescription, then yes.
Yes.
Do inhalers have to be in the prescription box? Or can they just?
Is there a prescription written on the inhaler?
No, it's on the box.
But there's a count on the back of the inhaler, right?
But it has to have who it's for, like their name has to be on the prescription. So yeah, put it in the
May not
box.
have the box.
Okay. If there's any way over spring break, if you can get them to just like
Go to
get
the
a label
pharmacy.
for you or something, or call the doctor and get it to attach something so we know it's
Tape
your
it on
child.
there.
Yeah.
Yes. The nurse said that there is a form that he is a I don't know all the words for it. I just need that filled out and he's good to go.
You have that form here?
The regular medication forms I do.
Any other medication concerns? No?
We'll do for the chaperones that are going, we're gonna ask you to hang back in just a few minutes when we are done with the official meeting. But we'd like to see all the chaperones because we need to talk about signups, and this is for both middle school, high school. We just want to kind of do it as a joint, all the parents that are going, we'll all set up a little watch schedule. So hopefully we just all do it at one point and do it with someone that we can pair up with during the time. But again,
We're gonna talk about what works best for everybody and see how it works.
just get some input from everybody.
Some people
This is
really
all-
love early morning, some people really love middle of the night. It's OCPS policy that we have someone in the hallways at all times. That there is someone that can be, if there's an emergency in a room, that they can open a door and find an adult immediately. So that is one of the things that we have. There's not security there because security has to be overwatched by a parent from OCPS. So we figured why have the middleman? So it's just gonna be the parents. We have 2 floors, we're on 2 floors. There's a boys floor, there's a girls floor, and then there'll be a person on every floor.
Rooming list, the high school folks, you already know, you signed that up, and it should be good to go. And you guys want to talk about it on
We
the
have our
middle
list
school side?
here, yeah.
Okay, so if you want to share that, do you want to talk about that show later?
I have the list for middle school people. I'm not sure that it's a mystery, but you're welcome to come see it. We have it.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask, do you have the high school one?
I have it with me.
Because I signed up people, and then Miss Janice was talking about putting someone else in my room. You know, we already
Just
had
see her
before,
out.
so
Just see her out.
Just come see me, I'll show it to you.
For the plane tickets, no worries on that. We found out today that that is actually a group check-in. So they will give us an entire manifest with every name on it. It will also have the seat numbers, and then we'll just send one person up to the ticket counter at JetBlue when we arrive at the airport. They will print out all the boarding passes, at which point we'll pass out when we get to the airport. So we do not need to worry about passing anything out until we're already at the airport for the travel experience.
This is important, but do we have seat assignments on who we're sitting next to already?
We do have seat assignments except for like 3 or 4 people, and she was squaring that away today, so we have no control over that. What I can say is that when it's all said and done, we know what seats are in our block. We can figure that out when we're on the plane, so.
And also, all the students need to have an ID, a picture ID with them. So for middle school students, what we did, if you have lost yours or something like that, we have gotten extras from Miss Jackson. She printed out extras for us. So we have those on. We will let you use them and then get them back because she needs them immediately back. But you must have a picture ID. It'd be awesome, middle schoolers, if you have your own student ID that you can bring and snap on your lanyard with your stuff. That way it's with you at all time. Otherwise, Miss Norville and I will have your extras that are going to be returned to us.
Yes, unless they're 18 years old. The high schoolers, you need to have your student ID, but if you are 18 years old already, you will have to have your driver's license. Or a state ID, or a...
we can have our student ID, or we need our student ID.
If you do not have like a government issued ID, you need a
Then you
student
have
ID.
to have that.
Oh, okay.
If you have a driver's
So I'm
license,
17, but I can show my driver's license.
yes,
Okay.
you
Yes,
can
yeah.
use that instead.
Good.
We don't have any of our middle
I was
schools
gonna
driving
say,
yet.
You're being great.
That's it right there as far as what we have. So is there any other topics that we want to cover or something for?
Thanks, good question. Yes?
Okay, so what happens if your high schooler does not have their student ID?
You can go to the DMV and get an ID.
Do they have a driver's license? No? Do they have a library card with their picture on it? Do they have anything with their picture on it and their name on it?
You can go to the state, go to the DMV over spring break.
Matthew, I encourage you to
Yep.
contact, I'm not talking to Mom, I'm talking to you. I encourage you to contact the library tomorrow. I know Miss Willard's not here tomorrow, but it may be that Miss Gordon's in there or somebody who can assist you. That's why I call it 0730, right in there. Get hold of it. And then from there, if you don't get the answer you need, I'd start digging real hard to find something to get your picture on that's official, okay? So,
Orange County Library.
I mean, I just started thinking, I'm like, there's no school next week, so.
true, true.
The DMV has all ID cards for underage kids, so.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one too.
The only thing I'll throw in on that, the DMV, you can go get just regular ID cards. But I'd encourage you, if you go that route, I'd try and get online, get an appointment, because I know that can be a real long wait.
You gotta pay for that, you gotta pay like, that's like $40
Matthew, pull up the wallet. Got it.
Sounds like someone's cutting lawns.
That's all he needs.
No.
If you have a driver's license or a state issued ID, you do not need your school ID. Just bring that.
Any other questions?
You said something about a hoodie. Are the middle schoolers getting hoodies?
We are absolutely. They changed the printing today, so ours were printing today. So I'm gonna take them all home and wash them over spring break. So if you're wondering what I'm doing over spring break, that's what I'll be doing, washing. I will wash them in Tide, no fragrancies, all that good stuff. I'll make sure that they're washed in good stuff with no fabric softener. But yes, we're getting the exact same stuff, but ours says Wolf Middle School instead of Apopka. So they just had to change the screening for us, so that's why ours are gonna be done tomorrow morning.
So they'll get them the morning of.
They'll get them the morning of.
But, well, we can have that Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night, you can get them then, yeah.
I love that.
So you're getting 2 items. You're getting a long sleeve shirt and a hoodie.
That's so much better than the DC one.
Yes, Gail.
What was the sizing? Was it just men?
Yeah, it's just a unisex sizing. Yeah.
Any other questions?
One over here.
Yes.
Off topic of that, but what about making up all the schoolwork projects? Are they expected to have to make up all these?
Absolutely.
4 days?
Yeah, so the teachers get a list of who was absent, and then obviously, like Miss Norville and I do not speak for Mr. Langford. Miss Norville and I share time with the teachers. So the kids know very well. They come to us and they say, so-and-so needs us to go make up something. And a lot of the kids that I'm taking, I have for 2 periods a day. So that's not, it shouldn't take that long to make it up. They will get a time to make it up, but obviously not 7 weeks into the semester, or the 9 weeks. But yeah, still have an opportunity to make it up.
For the high school folks, our trip list will be going out to the faculty as well, so they can know well in advance who's going and what to look out for, but shouldn't have no trouble whatsoever making it up. And keep check on campus, because if you want to, you can keep up with the things that you're missing in extra classes.
So will Friday be excused for them?
No.
Too, or they're required to be at school? Or
We're gonna be here.
I have to be there. Everybody has to. No, it is. Friday is not, because that is not official. There's no way we can give a field trip day for
Recovery.
when we're not there. You know what I mean? It stinks. Miss Norville and I will
are
be
you
there.
giving them nap time?
Yes, we need nap time.
We will be sitting
We
like
are gonna
this.
need nap time, holding ourselves.
Can I bring my phone? Any other questions? I'm sorry, go ahead. High school folks. Any high school folks here, please come over and see Miss Percy J. You can get that taken care of tonight. Okay, high school folks. There's a question back here. Sure. That's this boys volleyball. Boys volleyball. Yeah.
I need to see Shay and Ariana's family before you leave. So if you're here, Shay and Ariana's family, I need to see.
And if there's no more questions, then we'll just keep the chaperones and let everybody else. If you're high school, you'll get that. If you're middle school, you'll get it from us that night we meet for luggage.
Yeah, just a quick recap. The next time we see each other is at 6 to 7 p.m. It's not a meeting. It's just come in here. There'll be a boys' table, girls' table. Make sure it's dropped off, and that's all you need to do. Come back the next morning, between 2:45 and 3 a.m. The other part of it is please ensure that you are signed up on one of the remind groups, either the high school or the middle school remind group. That's where information will be passed this week, okay? So please make sure you're checking there for information. We'll send this link out to this video for review. Yeah, we'll just bring it all that way. It's just ready to go, so we can just take it out. Take it out. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, I have a lot of questions.
That's no worries.
Are we going to be getting an email with emergency contacts and everything in case our children lose their phone? And
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have a problem on the remind text. We can just send out, like for our people, we'll send out our phone numbers. And I mean, I know that your child has an assigned chaperone. So that person would be kind of the contact point. And so, like I said, they'll have the numbers. So I think the first thing we'll probably have to do, take a picture, send it to mom. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing, so that they have that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any final questions? Yes.
Yeah.
At four per chaperone. Yeah, they'll be all signed. Yeah. Absolutely. I can try to remember.
They're really large groups, like 3 or 4 people per group. I mean, huge. It'd be hard to count.
We got one over here.
So the middle schoolers are getting their sweatshirts and t-shirts that Sunday. when we
That
bring
Sunday,
luggage.
yes.
So we can pick up the luggage for them to go
Yep.
with. Okay. Are they're gonna wear their hoodies on the plane?
Yeah, that first day we're asking them to wear their hoodies, so they shouldn't pack the hoodie. They'll just take their clean shirt and roll it and tuck it.
Matter of fact, for the middle school folks, that night, since you're bringing your luggage, we can just have these folded up and you can just slide them right into your luggage.
Yeah.
That way it's there for Tuesday and ready to go for you.
Yep.
So, all right, yes, ma'am.
What is the ratio for chaperones in middle school?
I think it is, the highest group is 4-to-1. The lowest group is 2-to-1. So
Can
we
wrap your
have,
arms around it.
We
Yeah.
have the most amount of chaperones.
yeah, we have crazy amounts of chaperones. So ours are literally like, in some cases we could almost be 2-to-1, but you know, I mean, we have the most amount.
And for high school, it's 4-to-1.
Yeah.
So when you're out and about in the city, for lunch, you guys have that covered, and you
Your child technically needs no money on this trip. The only thing that I could really see that they would need is if we get into the airport. So Mr. Langford referred to the breakfast bag. So when you come here early at 3 o'clock in the morning, your child's going to get a breakfast bag that has some goodies in it. Now, if they don't want to eat it then, which I'm sure many of them don't because they're not awake yet, take it on the bus. They can eat some on the bus if they want to, but it allows them to have some suitable breakfast before we get to the city because the next meal is lunch, right? The only thing I can foresee is in the airport, if once we get through the security, they want to buy, you know, a Coke or a Gatorade or something. But other than that, other than souvenirs, or if they just want to, we're walking by a Starbucks, there's no need. Every day there's either boxed lunches or they're given $15 cash for lunch to buy, and that's suitable for where it is.
That was all built into the cost of the trip.
And then the restaurants we're eating at are all covered, so they don't need anything. They just literally souvenir money and maybe a few dollars for beverages here and there, but you know that would be about it. Yeah.
No, we are not. So whatever you wear needs to be for the show and for walking all day.
So we're not going to look like the most
We won't
classy,
look pretty.
but we're going to be excited.
We'll be the most enthusiastic
That's
people
right.
in the audience.
We'll clap loudly and make up for our appearance.
All right, folks, if we have no more questions, any of our